What is up, everybody? The day is finally here. Me and two other buddies decided to host a Pokemon Adult Trade Day, and we're gonna have some fun today. Let's check it out.
This is awesome.
Day drinking in Pokemon?
Dude, who can ask for more?
Okay, making a massive deal. PAL Productions, they want to buy out one of my trade binders. And what was the deal? $540 for everything in here, plus an Aquapolis Hollow Electrode and a PSA 7, because I'm going to break that open, put it in my master set. You got a deal, dude?
Cool.
We'll flip through the binder here in a second. Keep her in one piece. You gotta. All right, we pulled everything out of the binder. It is empty, and that's a lot of cards to take home. Appreciate it, dude. All right, so we're selling the Pikachu Zoomy Santa Cruz poster. I picked it up and framed it myself. $380 cash.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, man.
Appreciate it, boss. Thank you, thank you.
Oh no, we're far off. This should be face down, right?
Yeah, yep.
Look good.
Is it centered? Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
centered.
they look really good.
It's centered really nice too. Come on.
Okay. Punish.
Ooh.
Coughing.
Okay, get him out of the way.
Golduck. Grimer looking up the skirt. Band.
Nice. We'll take
Band
that.
Grimer.
We'll take the band Grimer. Whatever that is.
Digging Ball? What's that one called?
I don't know. It's not important. The
Boss's orders.
Yeah.
Bonita. Zubat. We got one more card?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's an uncommon next.
Okay.
Kadabra.
Okay.
This might be it. Drum roll. Alakazam.
Let's go. Let's go.
So I want to start the weekend pickups off by just saying thanks. Thank you for everyone that came out to our event on Saturday. I woke up Saturday morning, it was literally monsooning, and our event was supposed to be inside and outside. It was double the space, and it bummed me out. I know it bummed out Orion and Pete as well, my two co-hosts, and everyone made the best of it. Everyone that actually came out, supported the event, stayed all day, drank, supported the bar, bought cards, traded cards, did absolutely everything they could just to be there. You guys are the best. There are so many of you out there that came. And again, I just want to say thank you for that, because I probably started the day not in the best headspace, because I kind of thought it was going to be a failure with as bad as the weather was. And I know it put a damper on things. I know a lot of people did not show up because I don't expect them to drive in heavy rains, especially lightning, heavy wind. It wasn't the perfect scenario, but everyone that did make it, you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you all coming out. So overall, it was a huge success. My buddies Pokey Pete and Orion Sires, I'm going to link them both down below. The three of us hosted a Pokemon trade, adult trade day at Orion's Bar in Charlotte, North Carolina, in the Noda district. And it was awesome. There was live music, there was beer all day and drinks, and there were cards. There was literally cards everywhere. Everybody was trading. I did a ton of that myself. And for the first time ever, I actually vended my own table. I brought an entire setup, not just my backpack and stuff to trade or possibly sell, but I set up my own area. I vended. It was a blast. Had a lot of help with the table too, because I did want to spend a good amount of time walking around talking to people. So Donnie, this shout out to you, because you manned my table half the day. Definitely appreciate that. And just everything that happened was kind of surreal. There's a lot of stress and a lot of buildup getting to the point of having the event. This took well over a month in planning and advertising and just kind of getting the word out, word of mouth, through Instagram, through flyers. A lot of people helped. A lot of people shared the event. And to everyone involved, again, just thank you. Let's get into these weekend pickups. I mean, I sold a lot of stuff. You saw a lot of those things go down. The biggest things that I actually let go of this weekend was Chris from Pow Productions. You bought out my entire trade binder, which is actually kind of crazy. So I need to restart. I need to refill it. I have plenty of cards laying around the house here, so I'm going to get that thing restocked, but it was definitely kind of cool clearing it out completely just so I can get more cards. I can get more inventory on my end. I am not a vendor. That was the first time, like I mentioned, I had done it. I don't consider myself a Pokemon seller by any means. I am a Pokemon collector all day, but when you start collecting way too much and getting my hands on vintage binders, especially when there's so many cards that I already have, I don't mind vending. I don't mind putting together bigger binders for sale. Just because it's going to only help me get more cards. All that money is getting reinvested back into what I'm collecting, and it is helping quite a bit. The second biggest thing I sold over the weekend was the Zoomies Santa Cruz collab skateboard poster with Pikachu on it. You can see one right behind me back there. And I had two of them. I had two of them originally when Zoomies did the promotion. My buddy Brandon, who's a manager at Zoomies, hooked me up with the posters, got them off him, and he actually recently got back into Pokemon card collecting as well after we started talking and hanging out a little bit. So another person I kind of gave the bug to start collecting. So shout out to him originally who got me the poster, but I brought it. I had no plans on even selling it, but somebody there loved Santa Cruz, loved Pokemon cards, and we worked out a deal to get it done. So it's going to a great home. I saw his setup, all of his cards in his collection. It's going to look amazing on his wall, just like it does on mine behind me. So I don't mind it going to the right home. The very first deal of the day, my buddy Mike came to my table. I had a Zapdos from that vintage collection. If you saw that video, that binder I got a week or two back, and the Zapdos Japanese Town on No map, super clean card. He traded me 2 cards for it. The first one was the Ampharos from Expedition Reverse Holo. So I don't have the Holo just yet, but I don't mind picking up the reverses when I can.
And then the second card, the cooler card, Aquapolis Togetic. This is H27 out of H32. And this card is actually super clean. Holo is just popping off of it. It looks good. Some whitening on the back. I'm not getting super particular when it's coming to these e-readers just because of how difficult it is to find them in mint condition and how expensive they are in mint condition. So I am lowering my standards to have a near mint WotC collection, but getting these cards off of friends, making trades, getting deals, these cards actually mean a little bit more that way to me. And now that I have it in my hands, it's going nowhere. It's going into my binder indefinitely, and it's found itself its forever home. On top of what Chris paid me for my entire trade binder, he also gave me a PSA 7 slab that you saw brutally broken into by Pete with fists, but he came out just fine. Electro did not get any damage. He is in mint condition. I don't mind breaking open 7s. I don't mind breaking open 8s or 9s either at this point. Just freeing them from their slabs. And I really feel that showcasing them in the binder just means so much more than having certain cards just slabbed up, especially with lower grades. I'm not like dissing a PSA 7 by any means. Collect whatever you want. But if it's a PSA 7 and if it's going for cheaper than raw prices or right at raw prices, I'm going to get it over a raw card because I kind of know what I'm getting. This card's already been graded. It's been seen. I can kind of confidently just snag the card knowing there's no major dents or dings in it. In theory, I know there's horror stories with every grading company, but I don't mind breaking it open, especially when there's a big swirl there at the bottom. It's gonna look sick in the Aquapolis binder. And yes, I did start in Aquapolis binder. I actually have it over here. I haven't shown it yet. With that vintage binder I bought 2 weeks ago, that card collection off of Instagram, I pulled out all the cards and I've already put Aquapolis into a binder, and I have not put Skyridge into a binder yet. I have a binder. It just takes time mapping out actual master sets and figuring out every spot, especially when you don't have a ton of the cards. And both Aquapolis and Skyridge are 330 something plus cards each. They are massive sets when you're doing them as a full master set, and it takes a little bit of time to get that done. I'm going to get Skyridge done this week, and then I will do a showcase video of the Aquapolis and Skyridge where I'm at as a starting point, just like I did Legendary Collection and Expedition. This next stack is literally all Aquapolis, and I'm actually starting to appreciate word of mouth, making connections in the hobby. I had two friends, Max and Jess. They came to the event, so thank you for coming out. They brought tons of e-readers for me because they know I'm working on master sets, and cards like this mean more to me than anything because it's near impossible to find commons, uncommons, just little cards that vendors, that card shops don't even want to sell. I've mentioned this before in the past, that those odds and end cards are sometimes a lot harder to find than holo cards. Everyone wants to sell holos. Holos are where they feel they make the money, but finding commons and uncommons and non-holo rares, that is how you build sets. And they brought a slew of cards from Jess's actual childhood collection, and we made a big deal. So all of these cards here, I'm thinking 90% of them came from her. All of these cards are in really great shape as well. LP-ish to near mint. The Slowbro, I love that art with the Magikarp on it. Dodrio, Skiploom. There's just so many here that fill so many holes in the binder. The Apalm, the Drowsy, sleeping looking at the city, the Flaffy. It just goes on and on, the amount of cards I picked up over the weekend. The Kingdra, I had the reverse holo from that vintage binder, so now I have the non-holo as well. The Togetic. That Magneton is sick looking. The Jinx art, I don't even know if I've even seen this Jinx art before. I'm appreciating sets more and more once I start them, once I start noticing the artworks, collecting the cards, and start filling out the binder and then staring at the binder, flipping through the pages. You start appreciating the arts, you start appreciating the cards so much more. This stack, it keeps going. These are all from her as well. All Expedition, Charmander, Totodile, the Sparrow, the Magikarp art, another Jinx card, the Pidgeotto. I think I have that one as a reverse, but did not have the uncommon. It's been a struggle to find that card. The War Turtle, one of the coolest War Turtle arts ever. I love that card. Finally got that one to add to the binder. And the Magneton, I believe I got this off of her boyfriend, her husband Max. This was a trade deal. The rest, I picked up that entire lot. I think I paid her $50 for all of it. So super fair transaction, especially when you know it's going to a good home. I'm not flipping these cards. I'm not getting all these. I'm not trying to buy a binder for a cheap deal just so I can sell the cards out of the binder. They're going to a good home. They're going to my master set and they're never going to leave my possession. And then Holly gave me a card out of her trade binder to trade for this Magneton. So that was super cool. I ended up getting this one kind of as a gift, but just cards everywhere. That was the only Skyridge card out of everything this weekend, I believe. And then that whole thing went down on Sunday. The trade event was a huge success. That was Saturday. And then Sunday was Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, and the Pokeshop and Collectibles in Denver, North Carolina had their monthly adult trade night. They rented a food truck, so huge shout out. That was a great turnout as well. Got to eat a lot of tacos. There was more beers there, and I didn't do a lot of trading there that night. I did get a couple pickups. My buddy Glenn, he wanted a PSA 1 Zapdos from Rocket Gang, the Japanese side of Team Rocket Returns, from my trade box, and it was one of the ones I recently graded. He traded me 2 cards for Alligator box topper from Expedition, so now I have 2 out of the 4 box toppers from Expedition. I picked up the Tyranitar a couple weeks ago, and now the Feraligatr. And then the second card he gave me in that deal was a Nintendo Black Star promo Mudkip, so another just promo card knocked off. I think there's like 2 or 3 different versions of this card, so I really need to start doing my research more on the Black Star promos when it comes to the Nintendo era, just because it's kind of confusing the amount of variants. It's not as simple and straightforward as the original WotC Black Star promos, where there's just one version of every card. You get the card, you're done. When some of these cards have 2-3 different versions, some of them have the e-reader symbol there at the bottom, some do not. There's holos, there's non-holos. It gets confusing working on all of these master sets. My buddy Danny hooked me up on a slab. I actually try to help him out sell a bunch of his collection off, which is kind of sad to see when people want to get out of the hobby, but my buddy Pete ended up buying out his entire collection, and he's getting out of the hobby. He had 1 slab on him. It's been a card that I've been wanting for quite some time since Shiny Treasure came out. I have all of the other Ionos and 10s, and I finally got the Iono SAR from Shiny Treasures in a 10. Super good pickup too. I helped him out, so he helped me out on the sale. Got it for $100 cash, and I can't complain. It's going for a bit more on eBay right now, or recent solds. I don't know where it's gonna bottom out just because the pop is getting a lot higher, but I don't mind what I paid for him, and it definitely helps him out in the long run as well. I want to give a special shout out to Joe, the owner of Pokeshop and Collectibles. He hooked me up with some sealed product as well while I was there, and also let me rip open a Japanese Team Rocket booster pack. That was for the store, that was his property, but he let me rip it. He let me film it, rip it. I'm gonna post some shorts and reels out of that content this week, but it was super cool and surreal to open that pack. Pulling the Alakazam was awesome. Literally any holo, that pack is a guaranteed holo, so we knew we were gonna get a holo, but pulling any holo out of that pack would have been awesome. But the Alakazam was super cool. Would have loved to pull a Blastoise, would have loved to pull a Charizard. Is what it is, but I am not complaining by any means pulling that Alakazam, and it looks super minty. But he also hooked me up with some Chilling Reign ETBs, so I did get a matching art set of their ETBs. Super good deal. Not going to disclose numbers on these because he does sell them in store. Go help him out, support his business, get some boxes off of him. But those are awesome. I love Chilling Reign. It's one of my favorite sets from Sword and Shield. and they're gonna go on the shelf behind me somewhere. I'm starting to fill up way too quick with everything behind me, so I might just start swapping out every week for different things, start noticing the differences from what I have on the shelves behind me. But those are awesome. Those are staying in my sealed collection. I just like picking up little odds and ends. I'm not one to like buy cases. I'm not hoarding stockpiles of sets. I don't have a case of ETBs. I don't have a case of booster boxes, but I just like picking up what I like. And even if it appreciates over time, that's great. I really think it will. But the artworks, the set itself, and what that set means to me as being one of my favorites, it just means a little bit more. To conclude, this weekend was awesome. Again, I can't say it enough. Thank you to everyone that has come out, everyone that has supported the channel, my channel, Pokey Pete and his channel, Orion and his. We could not have done it without you guys. Everyone that came to the event, showed face, came out in the storm, dealt with the rain and the wind for a little bit. It did clear up. We did get the grill out, had hot dogs, free drinks, food for everyone. So it was an amazing afternoon, just a little bit soggy. I can't wait to plan the next one. We hopefully will do this maybe quarterly. The next couple months are going to be pretty busy. We have a lot of collecticons coming up. I plan on going to quite a few. I have not been to one yet this year. Orlando is going to be my first one here in the next couple weeks, and card parties in June, then Charlotte Collecticon, Orlando, I think Virginia. There's just multiple ones later on as the summer goes. So if we can squeeze another trade event over the summer, that would be fantastic. If not, it might be the fall. Once card season kind of stops and there's not much to do every other weekend, we'll start having our own trade events every other weekend. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all of you at the end of the day, and we'll see you in the next video.
Don't stop.